안녕하십니까. 김정구 지스토TV의 김정구입니다. 이번 방송은 지난해 12월 16일 벨기에 브뤼셀에서 열렸던 사하로프 인권상 시상식에 관해서 말씀드리겠습니다. 사하로프 인권상은 유럽이 매년 인권에 기여한 단체나 개인에게 수여하는 상입니다. 소련의 핵물리학자인 사하로프, 반체제 인사였던 사하로프를 기념하면서 그의 이름을 붙여 사하로프 인권상, 상당히 국제적인 상입니다. 이번에는 벨라루스의 야권연대에게 돌아갔습니다. 따라서 벨라루스의 야권 대표, 전 대선후보였던 티하놉스카야가 대표로 수상을 했습니다. 식장에는 코로나로 인하여 관계자 외에는 참석자가 거의 없어서 텅 빈 그러한 느낌이 들었습니다. 벨라루스와 유럽연합과의 관계에 있어서 상당히 의미 있는 행사였기 때문에 한번 소개하고자 합니다. 시상식에 앞서서 데이비드 시솔리 유럽연합의 의장은 다음과 같은 연설을 했군요. 모든 나라가 여러분 나라에서 일어난 일을 알고 있습니다. 우리는 당신의 용기를 알고 있습니다. 또 우리는 벨라루스 여성들의 용기를 알고 있습니다. 당신의 고통을 알고 있습니다. 언론을 탄압하고 있다고 하는 사실을 알고 있습니다. 폭력을 알고 있습니다. 민주국가에서 살고자 하는 당신의 열망과 결의가 우리를 감동시켰습니다. 라는 말을 티하놉스카야의 연설에 앞서서 했습니다. 자, 그럼 지금부터 한번 들어보시겠습니다. 번역에 약간 실수가 있습니다. 양해를 바라며 댓글로 지적해 주시면 더욱 감사하겠습니다.
Dear Mr. President, members of the European Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, this year the world has seen Belarus awakening. We stood for our freedom, dignity, national identity, but we faced the brutal nature of the regime. Two realities confronted. Peaceful, bright people with flags and flowers against armed men in black hiding their faces behind balaclavas. We feel humbled that our story of resistance touched so many people across the globe. On your way to the European Parliament, you could see a shocking photo on the facade of the building. A woman in white falling down to her knees before the riot police. It's not a wartime movie scene. It's a peaceful Belarus in 2020. People locked inside a cathedral by special forces. It's a peaceful Belarus. Detainees marked with different colors to determine how severely they should be beaten by the police officers. And it is a peaceful Belarus. Deliberately infecting prisoners with COVID-19. It is a peaceful Belarus in the heart of Europe. Fear is what one feels hearing those stories. I'm one of the thousands of Belarusians who used to be afraid. An invisible wall of fear was built around us. This wall of fear held us back for almost 3 decades. But this year, everything has changed. This year, we united in our aspiration for change. United, we believed that this wall of fear can be taken down brick by brick. United, we overcome our fear on the way to freedom, day by day, week by week, month by month. The photo on the facade of the European Parliament is not a story of fear. It is a story of hope, courage, and freedom. For the third time in 20 years, Belarusians have been honored with the Sakharov Freedom of Thought Prize. What is a better recognition that we are free thinkers? What is a better motivation for us to keep going? We are bound to win, and we will win. A simple wish to walk freely in the streets of our cities and towns keeps us going. Desire to celebrate holidays with our families keeps us going. Dream of a better future for Belarus keeps us going. Belarus, where justice and truth prevail. Belarus that our children can be proud of. I'm endlessly honored to speak in front of you. We received this prize together with brave Belarusians Maria Kolesnikova, Veronika Tsepkala, Svetlana Alexievich, Volga Kovalkova, Олесь Беляцкий, Микола Статкевич, Сергей Тихановский, Сергей Делевский, Степан Путила, and all the members of the Coordination Council. But we are not alone here today. Beside us are thousands of Belarusians who inspire us, give us strength and hope. Many of them are not here today. Our courage, women, workers, students, doctors, teachers, lawyers, writers, journalists and activists of all them are in Belarus fighting for our freedom. It is to them that this prize belongs. Last Sunday, I met with our distinguished Belarusian writer Svetlana Alexievich, who is with us remotely today. Svetlana received the Nobel Prize for telling the stories of a little big man in the light of historic events. This is how she created a monument to suffering and courage in our time. For me, such a little big man is each and every Belarusian who take part in this peaceful protest against violence and lawlessness. Each of them is a hero. Each of them is an example of courage, compassion, and dignity to me. Freedom is made of simple things and often requires fearless resistance. For Alexander Taraikovsky, it was protesting against the falsified election. He stood raising his bare hands in front of men with rifles, and he was shot dead. Fearless he was. For the artist Roman Bondarenko, it was going out to protect the national symbols in the courtyard where neighbors gather. He was kidnapped and beaten to death in the police office. Fearless he was. Journalist Katerina Borisevich and Dr. Artem Sorokin dared to unveil the truth about this murder by the regime cronies. This bravery cost him the freedom. Fearless they are. Natalia Hirsha couldn't stay on the sidelines and came back to Belarus after living abroad for many years. Out of solidarity, she participated in peaceful protests and was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison for taking the mask of the police. Fearless she is. Freedom is victory over fear. 73-year-old Nina Baginskaya, 73 years old Nina Baginskaya has become a symbol of our struggle. Despite countless detentions and intimidation, she has been protesting against injustice for 30 years already, often alone. Truly free she is. Микола Статкевич. Mikola Statkevich was a presidential candidate in the 2010 election. He has been imprisoned and recognized as a political prisoner for the third time in 15 years. His commitment to the values of freedom is something that no prison sentence can take away. Truly free he is. My friend Maria Kolesnikova tore apart her passport and chose prison over exile to remain in Belarus with our people. Truly free she is. My thoughts are with her every day. My husband, Sergei Tikhanovsky, decided to tell the truth no matter the cost. For that, he was thrown in jail on trumped-up charges. He hasn't seen his family for 7 months already. But these are only some of the courageous people of our European nation is extremely proud of. Freedom is also universal. Belarusians have been marching every week since the 9th August election. They march for their future and the future of those who cannot be there. They march for the freedom and dignity of Belarusians, of Europeans, yours and ours. Without free Belarus, Europe is not fully free either. We ask Europe and the whole world to stand with Belarus. We call Europe to be braver in their decision and support the people of Belarus now, not tomorrow and not somewhere in the future. Standing for human rights and democracy is not interference, but it is duty of each self-respecting country. Your solidarity and your voice are important, but it is actions that matter. Please be there for Belarusians and be assured that Belarusians will do the same for you in the future. I have only one wish this year. I want every Belarusian who is now in jail or was forced to live in exile to return home. The third Sakharov Prize will mark a new beginning for Belarus. Nelson Mandela, who received the prize in 1988, together with the Soviet dissident Anatoly Marchenko, said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." He believed that brave are those who conquer their fear. Only united, we can fully conquer fear on our long path to freedom and build a new Belarus. Every country has its own path to democracy, and this is ours. Long live Europe, long live Belarus. Живи Belarus! Thank you.
네, 시청하신 바와 같이 빈자리가 대부분인 유럽연합 의회 의사당에서 티하놉스카야의 진정어린 연설을 들으셨습니다. 연설문에서 그녀는 벨라루스의 자유를 위해 헌신하겠다는 각오로 유럽연합 회원국가의 절실한 지원을 호소했습니다. 벨라루스의 자유가 보장되지 않는다면 유럽의 자유도 보장될 수 없다. 이렇게 호소했습니다. 특히 시위에 연루된 많은 인사들의 석방을 위해 노력하겠다. 유럽도 같이 좀 지원해줬으면 좋겠다. 그런 호소. 네, 벨라루스 민주화를 위한 투사들을 한 사람씩 또 소개하면서 우리의 반독재 투쟁은 이제 시작이며 우리의 연대는 굳건하다. 끝까지 가겠다. 이런 각오를 천명했습니다. 유럽과 서방국가가 과연 벨라루스의 자유화에 적극 나설 수 있을까 하는 문제가 계속 남을것으로 보입니다. 벨라루스 안의 민주화 열망은 쉽게 식을 것 같지 않습니다. 여성 지도자로서 당차게 야권연대를 이끌어가면서 26년간의 벨라루스의 독재 정치를 단절하기 위해서 노력하는 벨라루스인들의 그런 용기와 의지에 대해서 전사를 보냅니다. 오늘은 여기까지 하겠습니다. 감사합니다. 김정구 지스터TV의 김정구입니다.